everyone. In this lecture, we will start with basic operations in Python. And to do that, we'll use Anaconda. So you can install Anaconda, and once you install and open it, it looks something like this. So we'll be using Jupyter Notebook. And why Jupyter Notebook? Because it can create reproducible codes, and you can have these markdown codes wherein you can describe what's going on, and it's not standard, it's created in browser. So if I open it here and say launch, it opens it here. So I have created different folders here. Let me go to the folder. Yes. So we'll start with data frame and basic operations. So you can open a new file. Say I go to file and I open a new notebook, that is Python 3, and it looks something like this. So now what you can do is, first we'll start with importing the library. So Panda is a very useful library wherein you can do a lot of data analysis. So first thing, if you see this code, import pandas as PD. So this hashtag is telling me that what exactly this code will do. So like in R and Python also, anything which is written after hashtag is not considered as code, but it's considered as comment. So whatever you are doing, if you are a beginner in in coding, then start by writing whatever you want to do, so you understand that what this code is all about. So if I say okay, so what I want to do is I want to import pandas library, and then how to import. So here I have used this hashtag, but here there's no such hashtag because I want to run it as code. So this is a code that import pandas as PD, and when you run this code, so you can I'll do this in this sheet. However, what you can do is just in your new sheet you can write it import pandas as PD, and this green color will come automatically. We'll come on that later. Right now the idea is to start quickly, and yeah, so once you do that you have to run it. Now the second thing is, what we are doing next is we are reading a data. So this data is in a folder in OneDrive, so I'll provide the link for this data. This is a Titanic data set. It's a very popular data set, and what we are saying here is data frame, that is df. So you can write any name, so you are giving it a name. So if I say df, then it will give me this data set. So what I am asking Python to do is df, that is the name I'm giving, equals to pd read csv. So read this as csv file, and I am here giving it a link. So this link is basically the link where this data is stored, where this data file is stored. So if you see here, so the data file is stored here, and that's why this OneDrive Python folder, and this is the link you give. Okay, so once you do that and run it, so what this does is, now this data set is in Python environment. If I want to see this data, okay, so there are many exploratory functions that you can do. So if I say this head function, like in R, you can do that. So what head function does is it will show first 5 rows. So df.head, why we are using df? Because this is the name we have given to this data set. df.head, what this code will do is give us first 5 rows, and when you run it, here you go. So first 5 rows. So this data set has, you can see what all variables are there. So passenger ID, survive, P class, what is the name of the passenger, gender, age, SIV, pass, ticket, and all those things. So we are just starting with the very, basic operations that you can do, how to load the CSV file in Jupyter, and then how to read the data. So let's go on this file. So dimensions of data frame. So this is head. This gives you first 5 rows. After that, dimensions will give you what are the number of rows and columns. Like in R, we have dim function. You can use this dimension, that is df.shape. And 891, these are the rows, these are the number of rows. And 12 is the number of variables. So if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So these are the number of variables, that is columns. Now another function is df.tail. So like you had df.head, you have df.tail. It will do, like the word tells you that it's going to give you last 5 rows. Now, if you want to know the column names, we used shape to tell what is the column the number of columns. But if you want to know the names of columns, you can use df.columns. So it will give you what all variables are there: passenger ID, survived, P class, name, sex, age, all these numbers, names. Okay. Then if I have to select one single column, how to do that? So this is a way of indexation, that you use these brackets and select single column. And similarly, you can select multiple columns. So this was all in this lecture. I'll be sharing more videos on getting started with Python, and also share the link of this Jupyter notebook in the description box. Thank you.